actually start understanding what to start looking for in the market when it comes to looking at the charts. Uh, Once you get experience enough, like I like to do it on Wednesdays as well, not just weekly outlooks, but Wednesdays we actually have team Zooms where people can actually hop on and share their screen and, you know what I'm saying, start marking up, you know, start looking at the harmonic scanner, understanding and learning how to read that as well and things like that. So again, this isn't the Terrell show. This isn't for you all just to hear me and listen to me and everything like that. I just give you my perspective of how I look at the market and what I'm looking for to possibly happen in a long run. So with that being said, before we actually get started, does anybody have any questions for me? No questions? Okay, cool. So let's get to it. Anybody have any specific pairs that they've been looking at and wondering where we can start? Or do I just go down a list? Don't all speak at once. Good. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna just start at the beginning where I was already at. All right. EURUSD. I'm looking at a lot of these DXY pairs. Hold on. Somebody typing. Gold. I got you. I was looking at gold earlier. Not really looking at gold long term for right now. Let me go to that now. Matter of fact, see what it's doing since yeah. So right now, we caught that gold. We caught that gold sale last night. It was pretty simple for me when I first saw it because it was right here in this area. Right where, yeah, right here in this area. Let me drop down to a smaller. Yeah, so it was right here in this area. It was a clear push down, right? And we caught it inside this flag. This was like, it was clear as day to me for the simple fact that if you look left, right here, so look left here, every time price came down to this area, every time price was moving, it moved down to this area. It's one big channel. If you look at the higher time frame, I'm gonna go to the 1 hour, right? You see you got the top of this channel and you had a bottom of this channel. And at the time, drop it back down to that smaller time frame, we was in the middle of the channel and it created a flag. For those who do not know what a flag is, the market moves 3 different ways: impulse, flag, it's a pullback or consolidation, however you want to put it, and continuation, right? So this was our impulse. I caught the trade here, right? And our TP was multiple areas. This was our first TP. This was our second one. Why was this second one called the TP? I looked at it and I'm sorry, tongue twister. I understood this was the bottom of this actual channel. So of course, clear, as you all can see, price came straight here. And what is it doing now that it's back at this bottom? Right now, it's actually consolidating. It's trying to make a decision if it's going to actually, it's going to make a decision if it's actually going to break out of this channel for once and head back to the downside based off of our longer time frame. Because how does the market move? On each and every time frame moves the exact same way. So this was an impulse here. This is a flag. We got an impulse, well, continuation, small flag, continuation, and now I'm looking for a big flag, right? So eventually I'm expecting price to shoot out of that channel. But right now it's sitting in that channel at the very bottom. So guess what can happen? What can happen is price, just like when it hit this low, it shot up. When it hit this low, it shot up. When it hit this low, it shot up. So it's at this low now. So it's nothing clear. So hopefully it actually shoots up. Not sure if it's going to do that, but I would like to catch this buy. Why would I like to catch this buy? Because if I catch this buy, if I catch it shooting up, right, it gives me another opportunity to catch the overall move to the downside. So this buy alone is going to produce us somewhere around 500 pips, maybe even 700 pips, right? Then not only will we catch that on the buy side, but we can also catch that big move to the downside, which is well over 1,000, 1,500 pips. And gold, if you all have not been able to tell since yesterday, gold actually pays, and it pays very well. So I would like to catch that both ways. But worst case scenario, it does not buy and heads back up. What we do is we wait for this breakout. It'll create a retest, and then we'll look to sell. So right now, just hold off on gold. It can do either or right now, or whatever. So let's go back to EU. So EU is a very, very good pair that I'm looking at right now. Very, very good pair. Start at the beginning. For those who are new, the way I mark up, I always do top-down analysis. What that means is if you all missed the training that I did Friday, matter of fact, I'll make sure I post that in the group as well, so you all can go back and look at that. Actually, I think Gigi posted it, but if I'll post it again too. But anyways, what that means is that I look at the overall picture of the market. So I look at from the monthly time frame all the way down to the smaller time frame, and it goes as low as the 1 minute, right? So you look, each candlestick on each time frame represents that time. So I'm on a monthly time frame right now. This one candlestick on my monthly time frame represents 1 month. This second monthly, this second candlestick on the monthly time frame represents 2 months ago. This is 3 months ago. This is 4 months ago, right? On the monthly. Now, every time I break down time frames and go to a lower time frame, that's what it represents. So right now I'm on a 4-hour time frame. So this one candle right here represents the last 4 hours, the last previous 4 hours before that, and things like that. So you'll all start learning that as you go. I don't want to spend too much time on that in particular. Just show you how I usually go about the day of marking up and what I look for. So now looking at EURUSD, right? I'll go to the monthly and I drop down to the weekly, and I look for the type of trend that's actually happening. So the trend that I see on my actual weekly time frame, see a downtrend. Why is that a downtrend? Because the market is going down. And if anybody knows how the market moves, it moves, like I said, impulse, flag, continuation, no matter what time frame. And anybody who's confused, do not hesitate to unmute yourself and just ask questions, man. That's how you learn. You know what I'm saying? Don't let everything go over your head without learning, or like this and that. This is just one form of learning. You have IML TV, my mentor, Stevenson Lindor, things like that. You got the group, the team, stuff like that. It's going to be multiple ways that you're going to learn the same information. Just comes with repetition. So I don't expect you all just to, after this Zoom call, just hop off and you got it all, right? So again, with this downtrend, you got a flag, a pullback. Remember I said impulse, flag, continuation, right? Then you got another flag after this continuation. Then you got another flag. Then you got this continuation. So guess what I'm expecting to happen? I'm expecting another flag, minimum. But once you start getting more to the advanced level, you start realizing this is an overall reversal pattern. Why is it a reversal pattern? Because remember, the market moves impulse, flag, continuation. But if you get a reversal pattern, it'll give you the impulse, and then it starts to lean down. You see, this is the impulse overall, and then within this overall impulse, it's leaning down. This overall move is leaning. So overall, what that's telling me is I'm looking for a big buy soon. Remember, I'm on a higher time frame. Hold on. Somebody in the chat. Now the way the flag kind of lean, is that a reversal pattern? Okay, cool. Oh, all right, yeah, I already answered it for you. Already ahead of you, brother. But yeah, so yeah, with that being said, with this lean right here, this lets me know I'm at a reversal channel. Now, always remember your time frame. So I'm going to go down to a small one like the daily. Still a big time frame, though. So with the time frame of me seeing this reversal pattern, anytime I get in a reversal pattern, whether it's for a buy or a sell, because this is a sell reversal pattern, a buy reversal pattern. Like if it's leaning, this is called a descending channel. And if it's leaning up, that is called a ascending channel, right? So with an ascending channel, I'm expecting price to eventually fall. With a descending channel, I'm expecting price to eventually rise, right? So now I'm in a descending channel. And again, not only, somebody asked a question? No? Oh, okay, cool. So not only am I expecting this to form a flag, something like this, right? Not only am I expecting this type of flag to form, well, we just don't got to be pretty, right? Which is alone that's going to produce me somewhere around 230 pips. But also, because I'm expecting a reversal pattern, I could be expecting price to come to this area or even all the way back to the top, right? So that's gonna, not only am I looking at the 200 plus pips, but also I could be looking at 1,000 or even 1,600 plus pips, right?
Terrell, before you get too far, can you repeat that? When it's leaning this way, you're expecting this. When it's leaning that way, you're expecting. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah. So how does the market move, Lachey?
Impulse flag continuation.
Right. So remember, impulse, flag, continuation. What is a flag?
It's the retracement or a retest.
Right, a retracement. Right. So if my impulse is going to the downside, my flag is what?
It's a downtrend.
No, I'm saying if my impulse is going to the downside, what is my flag doing?
Oh, it's going up.
Right, going to the upside, right?
Yeah.
So, remember, this is the flag. Remember, the market
Right.
moves like you just stated, impulse, flag, continuation. So now notice on a descending or a ascending channel, it leans. It gives me that impulse. It does not give me this flag. Instead, it continues to go to that same direction, but leans down. Look at how sharp this is, and look how this starts to lean out. See that?
Yeah. Okay. I see it.
Make sense?
Yep. Thank you.
Okay. And then the same thing for the opposite direction, which is an ascending channel. All
Got
right.
it. Thank you.
All right. See if I can get you a quick example. Just within, I'll go to a smaller time frame. Smaller the time frame, the more you see it. So see if we can catch one real quick. Matter of fact, perfect example is EG. I was just looking at that. Really easy sale coming up soon. But if you see this right here, for a while, this ascended, right? And then now we got this big move to the downside. Make sense? But anyways, so going back to EU, I'm expecting that big move to the upside really, really soon. Now, people always, man, how do I know when to enter? This and that. That's people's favorite answer. I mean, questioning. And that's not a bad question to have, right? But like my thing is, like, what's more important than entries is knowing where you are in the market. Because if you know where you are in the market, like entries are like really it gets that much more easier, right? You don't have to worry about too much if I'm gonna get stumped out. Now, the market creates new lows and highs, don't get me wrong. But when you lose, you don't lose bad, right? And you win a lot more than you lose. So now me understanding overall, I'm looking for a buy, right? Right now, I'm in the current downtrend. So even on this current downtrend, on my 1 hour, just like I get flags here, right? These are flags. I'm still expecting this flag. So this has to create a flag as well. But I look to enter the market on these smaller time frames. Remember, if I'm on my 1 hour time frame, each candle represents what? 1 hour. I'm on my 4 hour, each candle represents 4 hours. I don't want to have to wait 1 hour, 4 hours to look for an entry. Me personally. What I personally do is I go down to the smaller time frame, which is the 15-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute, 1 minute, stuff like that. I love the 5-minute personally. So this is actually, 1 second. Actually, if you all, everybody, let's see what our risk is. 14 pips, that's not bad. So right now, because I'm expecting to buy, this is more of a